And welcome all. Welcome players, welcome guests to our little corner of the internet and to our little corner of the Tomb of Annihilation. Um,
Oh yeah, we were close to water.
yes. Last we left off, you had made the discovery of several traps
Yeah.
as you adventured into the tomb. Um, for now, I believe you've discovered a total of two sarcophagi. One of which you opened to find a staff amidst the bones of a Jakuli. And the glowing skull of a 10-year-old princess of Omu, who's gone quite mad. And you managed to sort of slip away, leaving her rage and in tears, metaphorically speaking, emotionally speaking. And you find yourselves now just north of that room, looking into a sort of a small waterway, so naturally carved into the rock, going from west to east. And you can hear to the east, you can hear the sound of a waterfall. I mean, let's just get to it.
How deep was the river? Well, the gurgle of water over there.
You do not know.
Well, I'm gonna test it.
Well, I mean, you can't see it from where you are.
No, oh no, I mean what's just in front of us. Is that like
It's a
foot
it's
high, knee
no,
high?
no, it's about 30 centimeters. It's not that deep.
Yeah. Okay. So that we can wade into without any serious issues.
Yeah.
And so the
And I checked all
waterfall
jobs.
is over here, right?
The waterfall is that way. Yes.
On our right. Guys, if you want, I'll just have a quick look at the to the waterfall just to make sure that there's no extra ways out of there. Because I feel like we should go the other way. The waterfall's probably going to be a dead end.
I agree. Better go left.
I'll just have a quick look at the waterfall.
Yeah, better to have the intel.
Yeah.
Careful.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Want us to come?
There is something over there.
So, considering that you have a swimming speed, I'm not going to have you make any athletics check to sort of keep your balance. But you do feel that there is still a fair amount of current,
Yeah.
especially towards the end. And you would think that some people might need to sort of maybe hold on at least to the walls
the
that
walls.
are slick, if you do not want to sort of fall over.
Yeah, okay.
I would say from you, you've got dark vision, correct? 60 feet.
Yeah.
Let me check, but I do not believe that you see the bottom.
Okay, I don't see the bottom.
You do not see
Interesting.
you do not see the bottom. No. You
Okay,
can hear you can hear the water splashing into the end of a waterfall, so you can hear
Okay.
that. But
Okay. However, I do see the chest on the other side.
yes, there is a chest. Yes.
Okay. I'll just call back, not too loudly. Guys, you might want to come over here carefully. It's slippery. But we still have something interesting over here.
We can use a rope if needed. I mean, if we are tied to a rope and that rope is tied to Vroondomon, I'm pretty sure we're okay.
I can stay here.
Yeah. No, you can come also. I'm pretty sure with your strength, should be alright to keep your footing.
Yeah.
Yes, but what about the others?
Just grab that rope and we'll hold onto it and we should be good.
Yeah, no. I'll trust you guys on your judgment, but I think I'm gonna stay a bit farther away, safer, because I don't like the sound of it. I trust Rune, I trust everyone, but and then I put my feet in the water. Does it feel slippery?
It does, as any sort of unmaintained brook or stream, right? So there is moss. It is fairly slippery, like you would like a river.
With all due respect, let's say I wasn't the best one during gym class, so you guys can go. I'll stay a bit of distance, and you guys do your thing, and I'll come with you guys if you have taken a decision. If I fall in, do my own, that would be very stupid. So go on.
I'll tie one end of the rope to my belt and give the other one to Rune. And
Then I will slowly follow Sorsha, keeping like probably 10 feet distance.
Heinrich, you are no longer in concentration, right? What were you concentrating on?
Dancing lights.
On his dancing lights.
Dancing lights, yes, okay.
I'm gonna see if I can. I think for the moment I'm gonna use nugget flashlight.
Nugget. Yeah. Okay.
And I put it on my shoulder to.
Yeah, you shake him up, crack his back, and then light.
Let's say if it's for bigger spaces, so as a DM, I will automatically let dancing lights float out to give more light to the group.
Okay.
This is a more confined space, so I'm gonna be like, okay, Nugget is good enough for me. I'm gonna put him on my shoulder.
Okay. Remind me to set you up with a token during the break. Remind me to set you up a token for your dancing lights, so that way you have it automatically.
Yeah.
I mean, you should already, but. No worries. Okay.
So we see the chest, right?
You see the chest, yeah. So let me just give you a description. So the underground river plunges down to a dark, rocky chasm. Cold air swirls up from beneath like the breath of some monstrous creature. Through the gloom, you spot an ornate chest resting on the ledge opposite. From what you can see, Gale, the ledge is about 15 feet away from the lip of the waterfall. You could jump, but the ledge is slippery and uneven.
Let me just pick something before trying to do dangerous thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, no, I was not going to go for it anyways.
Sure, but I'd like two things. One, to look around, check for anything hidden in the walls or somewhere. And two, if I don't find something, I would like to use Mage Hand to poke around the chest and see.
What do you mean by poke around? Okay.
Poke around, see if it's locked.
Make me a perception check.
to see if it's trying to eat the hand, like, you know?
The
Mimic
classic.
style.
Very
So,
wise decision.
because I know of mimics, I'm from underneath Waterdeep, all right? So
We've encountered the mimic with the group even. In
that
Waterdeep.
would be a
Did
perfect
you-
place for
did
the
you?
mimic because it
Yeah,
has
I think
limited
so.
terrain, so it will be a nice place to eat someone, actually. So that's a dirty 20.
Okay. So, no, there is nothing that this looks to be a pit into the darkness. There's nothing that seems out of place. Well, no, there is something out of place. This chest right there in the sort of on a ledge.
I'm gonna message to Vroon. Vroon, any update? You can reply on this message.
Not yet. There's a chest.
Oh, message again. Do you need any help with that? I can walk on walls if you want.
For now,
I mean,
Sorsha
you've
is
got your
going to
solution
try.
there.
Yeah, but I'm having this conversation with Vroon for the
Yeah,
moment.
sorry.
So, Sorsha, as you extend your mage hand up to it, you start. I mean, how do you do? What? You
Slapping.
poke. You try to open it. You slap it around. What do you do?
I try first to poke, then to open it, and then ruffle it a bit. I mean, as long as the mage hand can.
Well, the mage hand is. I mean, mage hand is what? Last a
10
minute.
pounds.
Minutes.
Oh,
Yeah.
10 pounds. No, you're not going to be able to lift it. Definitely not.
No, but not on it. Do something to put the
As
finger in the lock, you know, stuff like that.
okay. It doesn't seem to. No, it doesn't seem as you. Yeah, it pokes it, knocks on it, tries to. As you try to open up the chest, the lid stays closed, so it's not unlocked.
Okay, message to Vroon. Okay, Vroon, I'm coming. Give me a second. And a little bit of distance, I'm actually gonna cast a spell and I'm gonna do some movements with my hands. And then I'm gonna do it in Spider-Man style. I'm gonna start to put my hand on the wall, my knees on the wall, and then I'm gonna start on the wall and I'm gonna use Spider Climb spell.
Before you use that, if you don't mind. Because I don't want you to expend a spell slot.
It's for an hour. It's for an hour.
Okay. Because I wanted to try to pick the lock with mage hand.
You can only do that if you are because it is specifically mentioned for the rogue subclass of the Arcane Trickster. As they said that Arcane Trickster have they can use their mage hands in a particular way so that they are to a fine tuning. No, it's mage hand is not a precision tool for anybody else apparently.
All right.
But I like the idea. Now, I had a little think about what we were talking about last time we were playing about the uses of the inspiration and how you could use inspiration if you wanted to. I will allow you to use to go as a negotiation to use basically just spend your inspiration point and you would be able to use a rule of cool, so for a one-time effect, right? So that would go a bit on the. So in this case, you want to use lockpicks with your mage hand. Go ahead. We'll go with the rule of cool like that. Let's put it. It'll put a little more punch into your negotiation when we're trying to apply rule of cool. Would that be okay with you guys?
Sure.
Because we're gonna. I mean,
that's cool.
What do you guys think? Because even if Heinrich crosses the bridge, it will still be locked.
I have knock. I can open it.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, you could knock it from the other side.
I know, and I have the distance spell, so I can even double the distance of knocking spell.
Then perhaps do that first.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we keep that for another time?
Yeah, keep your inspiration for now.
A spell slot I can regain a bit easier with a short rest. I think inspiration point is gonna be very precious in this. But
Good
it
for
was
me.
a very good idea. I like it. It's
I
fun.
just didn't want to let you on the other side with no means to, you know.
I'll retract my spider climbness and I'll scoot to Vroon.
I mean, yeah.
Scoot.
I will be generous in this instance, as normally you would have not been anywhere near Sorsha for Sorsha to tell you, wait, I got another solution. But
Then let's play it fair.
no.
I-
Let's keep going.
Okay, well, so guys, how is it going? And I'm looking at everyone. I think if we're staying here, there's something interesting.
You're not going anywhere without a rope.
Yeah, I know.
Take a rope, tie myself to Vroon.
I'll tie your rope. I don't mind.
Give the rope a bit fine.
It's just that you know I'm good with ropes.
No, I don't. But I'll take a note of that. So I'll just let you tie up the rope, and so can someone explain me what? Oh, okay. So 20, 30. Okay. Nock is 60 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, guys, I can knock it, but how are we going to bring the continents back to us?
I thought you said you wanted to climb.
Depending on the contents, either Sorsha can carry it across with her mage hand, or one of us can, with the use of your spider climb, go across and get it.
We have 2 mage hands, so if we use 2 mage hands, we could potentially lift something up to 20 pounds if someone allows.
If the DM allows it.
Yeah. But it depends on what's inside.
I'll do a little snap with my fingers, and I'll cast knock.
Okay.
Focused on the chest that I see.
Okay.
That's a spell you rarely use.
In a dungeon you're gonna use it.
Yes.
So here's the thing, nothing happens.
Ooh, smells like mimic.
Can I shoot it, guys? Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Let's see. Why?
Wait. Mundane or magical means that prevents access. Yeah. Okay.
And if there's an arcane lock on it, it will be suppressed for 10 minutes. That can be that it's opened or shut normally. So it means that maybe there is a magical slot on it, and it's suppressed for the moment. So technically, if someone would
now.
It becomes unlocked, unstuck, or unbarred, but it doesn't automatically open. Can someone with a mage hand try to open it now, please?
Well, I'll help with the mage hand at the same time.
Well, actually, Heinrich, I would have you read that last sentence of the spell.
Yeah.
When you cast a spell, a loud knock audible from the far away as 300 feet emanates from the target object.
That's
what
one
I'm
of the
saying
situations.
is that there is no sound.
Oh, there's a silent spell.
No. It's an anti-magic zone.
Because it unlocks an object. If that is not an object.
If
I know what
if it
level?
if it was a non-magic zone, the hand wouldn't have been able to get to it.
Do I, with my arcane knowledge, what happened here? Are we going for an anti-magic zone?
So,
I'm gonna
you-
look with my warlock eyes, and I can answer you that, I think.
So, what I will say, I will repeat, when Sorsha explored the chest with her mage hand, you heard the knocking. You heard her magic hand explored around. So, but the spell did fail. The spell had no effect. The knock spell had no effect.
Hmm.
What can I see with my warlock eyes? No anti-magic zone or something like that? Nothing specific?
No.
Okay, so I would see, right? An anti-magic zone with...
I guess, yes. I guess the film around the
Yeah.
bubble would be, yeah. But you know there's no anti-magic field because you sent in a
Yeah.
mage hand.
True.
It could still be a mimic,
Yes.
because the spell would fail because it's a creature, not a chest.
Would
And it's-
Vroondomon know that? That's how the magic works?
No, however, Gale is getting frustrated and annoyed with it, so she's going to cast a Sacred Flame at it.
Okay.
Just to test it.
Okay.
It's scream mimic.
Yeah, but it's gonna be this. It's gonna be this. Falker, damn it!
This screams mimic.
So you do know that you need to target a creature.
It has to be a creature, can it be a...
Because the spell works.
Yeah, it is a damn mimic.
It is a goddamn mimic.
It is.
Don't be a mimic. Don't be a mimic. Don't be a mimic. Don't be
Oh,
a
no,
mimic.
it's a mimic, alright.
That's our first mimic, guys.
Okay.
And that's a
let's
failure.
get-
That's four damage.
That's the perfect space for a mimic, to be fair.
As the chest in the flame sort of just starts bouncing about. It's the lid sort of damping, sort of banging on itself.
Okay. Let's go the other way, guys. There's nothing interesting here.
Considering its options, I don't believe. I don't believe it has any way of getting to you. So
Which is, of course, then an interesting question. How did it get there?
they can move. I mean, as a chest, it cannot move. It can't really move. But mimics can move. They do have a movement speed
Yeah.
of 15
Yeah.
feet in their sort of object form, but they do have a proto form which technically could most likely move along the walls. They are very sticky, as you have not yet discovered.
I have a question.
Sure.
So, as I have knowledge of mimics, do I know if... I don't know which extent, but I have some knowledge of mimics. Do I know if there's a point of killing it? Like, is there a loot possibly in it? Are they known to have loots or to be just a waste of time?
These things have a tendency of they don't. They're elaborate oozes in a sense. So they're not like gelatinous cubes where they keep the stuff inside them. No, the only thing is, you kill a mimic when you know it's there, because the moment you turn your back, you have no idea where it is.
Yeah, if it moves, we can have it on our back. So,
Yeah.
Get
If
ready,
it gets
guys.
across.
I'm gonna Eldritch blast it until it dies.
Okay. Okay. It takes a while. These things are
I'm leaving
hardy.
this to people with like cantrips.
Yeah. So these things are fairly hardy. But yes, I will give you within 3 or 4 minutes as you. I mean, no, technically 6 seconds, less than a minute, I would say. This thing is dispatched. By the way, there is no chest. The chest that you see there is the mimic. It's not because the mimic is gone that. Actually, you know what? I'll just put this back and there we go. Yay! If we were doing XP, you would get free XP on that one. By the way, any person who decided to jump across would have probably most likely been alone, and that ledge is slippery and uneven. Any creature taking damage on the ledge must succeed a dexterity saving throw or fall.
Yeah, no. Distance was a distance relationship with this mimic was the option.
Yeah, absolutely. No, you were.
Nice one.
See, Perkins didn't fall for it this time.
I will wait for Sorsha to take point again, and we take our normal formation.
Yeah.
So, do we keep the rope or do we untie it?
I think we can untie it.
Alright, let's untie it then.
Okay, you guys want to make me a stealth check, or are you just gonna walk in?
We can try.
And
I mean, at least me, because I'm on the front and I'll scout. So
then, well, like from here, maybe move ahead as far as you want to move ahead, and.
all right.
I'll hide behind room, so I'm gonna stealth too.
Yeah. And I'm seeing something. So you see Sorsha doing
I'm gonna point with a whisper. I'm gonna see like, what do you see, Sorsha?
Vroon will like do the same signals as Sorsha does, because of course the rest can't really see her. I think.
Sorsha's starting to dance like an Egyptian.
You hear a whisper in your ear that is asking, "What are you?"
I see a dead creature. With something on its head. I think it's the thing. Rune.
Yeah. So what you saw is sort of again sitting in the muck, basically leaned on the side of the corridor, a skeleton with what seems to be a heavy, sort of a thick collar around the neck and collarbones, and coming from out of its head is a protrusion. At first, you think it's maybe sort of like a hat, but then you notice that it's coming from inside the skull and sort of popping up in a sort of triangular. You're not exactly sure if it's stone or bone, but it's most likely stone. Sort of this stone triangle prism like that on its head.
Haven't we already seen that kind of thing somewhere?
It sounds
Yeah,
familiar.
you saw it a few hours ago.
Yes.
Running
okay.
underneath. You're pretty sure. Yeah, it's
Sorsha saw it anyway.
No.
Yeah. I'd like to prepare an Eldritch Blast, and I'll wait for room to take the lead.
I'll share the information and description that Sorsha gives to the group.
Okay.
So it has not noticed you.
Yes.
I will give a thumbs up, and we'll get ready to start running.
Okay, everybody make me a stealth check, please.
Let's go.
Okay, so
Disadvantage.
roll.
Yay!
It's not that bad for you.
I mean, as a
No,
group,
I have
that's
disadvantage.
Oh. Ouch.
um,
I'm wearing heavy armor. I'm not quiet.
yeah. Gale, are you disadvantaged? No, you're not disadvantaged because you've got,
No, I'm straight roll.
because you've got the boots.
Yeah.
Wait, then you would have. Huh? It would then negate. No, anyway, doesn't matter. Usually, doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. As you move up, despite Vroon slipping and sort of crashing a bit, sort of knee first into the rocky base of this creek,
Oosh.
there doesn't seem to be any reaction from the skeleton. So if you guys want to move up, you can.
I'll let a rune pass because, well,
Okay. Let's see.
I'll keep an eye out for traps, but yeah, I'll move in second position.
Okay, Gale, Heinrich, you guys want to move up?
Yeah, I'm gonna move
As soon as we move, Vroon, if you move one square up, we'll have you roll for initiative because
Oh,
at that
I was-
point it's going to be close enough for you for actually to notice you without.
I mean, I kind of wanted to like from here. Now
Yeah.
that I see it, now I'm like, okay, I'll run to it and just. Hit
So
it.
this is difficult. This is because you are in running water. This is difficult terrain.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
So, and that means movement's half, right?
Yes.
So I wouldn't be able to. Well, actually. Let's see. What does it do again?
I mean, technically, this is where jump becomes interesting because you're ignoring the difficult terrain by jumping over it.
Yeah, but like, it still needs like 10 feet of movement, which is so, and that's half, so I'd need 20 feet of movement, I guess, to make a jump. Yeah, no, I guess I'll just have to like splash, 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 start running, and that would be so. Instead, I only get to move 20.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, and that's well, and then I'm next to it, so that's good.
Yeah. So all of you, just roll initiative. Roll initiative.
Don't forget to click your token.
Click, click, click.
Click here. No.
Click, click.
Whoops. Sorry, that's not what I wanted to
Click your
do.
token.
This is
Click
what I
your
wanted to do.
token.
Pick your token. Ooh.
I mean, I had better.
I like the name of the.
Yeah, the name's a bit of a spoiler, but nah.
The name of?
Yeah. Skeleton key.
That's a little bit like, good one.
So it is. I'm going to give it the surprise condition because it was surprise. It did not notice. So Heinrich, you're up first.
5, 10, 15. If I shoot it with firebolt, I think it's half cover for the skeleton key, right? I'm in the positioning that I am.
Wait, let me see.
Like in the positioning that I'm shooting. Like
I'm just gonna move your nugget there so that I can actually see. I would give it. Yes, I would say half. More than half cover. You are at disadvantage in this case. That's 3/4 cover.
oh well, I'll give a little pew to it and see how it goes.
An 11 is not enough. Your firebolt smashes into between the cliff going around and Vroon's shape. You're either hitting Vroon or the stone, and you hit the stone.
Yeah. Then that will be it for me.
Okay. The skeleton is surprised, so it will not act at this turn. Gale, you're up.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up for starters. Since I do have.
You have a swim speed, so you have your full movement.
Okay, great. That was my question.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I'm going to go up to Vroon just to cover Heinrich and Sorsha in case the skeleton moves.
Yeah.
And I am going to a guiding bolt.
Okay.
He's still face down in the water?
Technically, he's sitting down, but he's about to jump up and run.
So, do I have disadvantage because he's prone with a distance spell, or
I will
do
not
I still...
count him as prone, no.
Okay.
Besides, I believe
Seriously?
if you're surprised, you have there's advantage
Yeah,
to hit you. So
There's no
But,
advantage whatsoever.
no,
It's a
unfortunately,
12.
a 12 does not hit.
But, I don't like those dice because on their algorithm, they all stack into a bunch on the side, and so they don't really roll. Well, there you go. And I am going to... Yeah, no, I don't really have a bonus action I can do. Nope, that's
Okay,
it.
Sorsha.
I think I'm in range, but
I mean, you've got no line of sight.
yeah, I'll have to move. I guess I have to move there.
It's 10, 15, 20. Yeah, that's you can't move any closer.
Yeah, but I don't need to, so yeah. I'll attack it with an Eldritch Blast.
Okay, disadvantage. Okay, that's an 18. That's a hit. And that's a 20. That's a 19 to hit. So yeah, you hit it twice. Roll the damage. Okay, -8. That's a nice Eldritch Blast. And that's 5.
Yes.
Yeah. As you shoot, the first blast hits it into the chest. The second one hits it just above the shoulder, and basically just knocks the head off. As the rest of the skeleton sort of crumbles, and you have the head that sort of falls in and starts rolling down towards you in the current.
Yeah, I catch
Vroom
that
will pick
head.
it up.
Is it really dead?
Yep.
Ooh, is that for once I killed something?
You one shot with a non-agonized blast, Eldritch Blast, yeah. With disadvantage.
Yes.
Yeah, Vroom will pick up the skull.
Yep. So it is a human skull, but the same way it looked almost like a plant out of a planter. You have this stone, triangular, notched stone, prism, sort of set into it.
Alright.
The keys turn on the inside only.
We'll have to find where inside or outside is for that matter.
Let's keep it in the bag for the moment and be sure that because it means if they say keys, the advice says or the text says the keys, so that means we have multiple keys that would be present if we take the text literally. So let's continue and see if we find more.
Sorsha.
Yes, I'll take the lead again.
Okay.
So I have my warlock eyes on, and I tread carefully,
Okay.
watching my
I
steps.
So I will move you. Yeah, you can keep going. Because there's a bit of over and under kind of situation, I will directly move you towards the end or the next thing that has something in it.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
don't.
I see it dead end.
Yeah. So don't move, but it's not a dead end. It just goes under.
Yeah.
Please do not move. I will. Okay, here we go.
Teleport everyone.
I will teleport everyone. So that you can see all of the.
Don't worry, Gale. Nugget is covering our back. It's gonna be okay.
Hey, why am I still over there?
Because I'm doing you one by one. Come on,
Oh,
this is not
okay.
an orgy. Right.
Because Gale is going to be left alone.
Right. Okay. Just so that I can give you the whole thing.
Wait for me.
No. Hey.
Oh.
Stop.
Just a minute.
I'm doing things. Let the GM do his thing.
Okay. But we can't know if it's you moving things around.
Well, you can because you're not the ones doing it.
But
I can't move you, so it has to be either you or the GM that's doing it.
yeah, but I see you guys move. I didn't know if it was a GM or you moving.
Well, considering I asked everybody to not do anything, yes.
Okay. Oh, yes, okay.
Okay, so
Ooh.
here we go.
That's a whole journey here.
Yeah, it is. That's why I want so that I could have just teleported you to the end, but I prefer that
we
you
didn't see the entire route.
Exactly. And I'm pretty sure that there was some way to do it much easier than that, but. Okay.
Yes. So we went under the grate that we.
Yes,
saw.
you've definitely seen. You can see the grate just above you. Actually, you could
The
see
thing that we the thing with the triangle was then what we heard move under the grate.
Yes,
so
and it's actually what you
started-
saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It moved north.
Oh.
The skeleton with the key. Yeah.
It was sort of lounging underneath the grate, and when it passed, you saw it and ran and sort of went further into the underground river, and that's where you encountered it.
Ooh. There's stuff in front of us.
Yeah, Sorsha, make me a perception check. Actually, no, Vroon, you would smell this. There's a heavy scent of decay coming from this. You can see there's a scent, well, not necessarily a scent. Yeah, there's a scent of rotten eggs, and you can see, Sorsha, that there's sort of bubbling coming up from the bottom of the of this sort of area of water.
Vroom will probably stick his trunk under his armpit and
Yeah, and see me go back in disgust.
I have a question. What are your light sources?
Nugget.
Nugget and the drift globe, correct? No, you've got the flaming sword.
I have a flaming sword,
Okay.
and I also have a
Drift globe.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. But currently you're using the flaming sword, correct?
But yeah, no, both.
Okay, both. Right. Okay, fine.
Because Vroon does not have dark vision.
No, I understand that. So you are very brightly lit boy.
Oh yes. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like if for some reason like one of my light sources fails, it's nice to have a backup.
And that's one of the reasons they are behind me.
Yes.
I can still fish.
The I'm indeed like, well, normally a bit further behind you, and the globe floats behind me even. So
Okay.
Technically, if it's rotten eggs, don't use something with fire, please.
Yeah, I don't
What?
want to step in that.
Is Heinrich smart enough to know that rotten eggs and fire would do a little?
Now here's
I
the
mean-
thing. Here's the thing. Technically, the when you smell in our society, when we smell rotten eggs, we know that that's because it's methane, right? The thing is, methane has no smell.
No
That's
smell,
something that you
it's
add in.
artificial.
Unfortunately, every single fantasy realm has decided that methane or inflammable gas must smell like rotten eggs. So technically, I should be saying, you smell nothing. It's just bubbling at the surface of the water.
But the
However,
description of the dungeon says
well,
it
the description
smells.
actually,
Maybe spatial methane. You don't know. For
Yeah,
safety
absolutely.
measures. Obviously.
Let me.
Actually,
Well,
actually, it's hydrogen sulfide. So,
So it does. It
it's
does.
only no.
It does say this section of the underground river contains a buildup of flammable gas that has a rotten odor. So literally.
Yeah.
well, maybe
If we are to save distance, you want me to throw something flammable like a cantrip just to make it explode so we're safe and well?
It's not.
no, but I think Gale can wash it out.
I mean, if it's in the air, it's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, but maybe try to see if it opens the way somehow.
I look at Vroon and I say like, you know your sword, Vroon? I think it would be handy if you deactivate for a moment because, well,
Okay.
because,
Oh,
well,
extinguish
No
my
fire
sword.
zone. No fire zone.
This is why it was the question of like, what are your light sources?
Yeah.
Vroom walks into a room.
However, if you allow me to go first,
I'm still going to extinguish the sword.
To
Yeah.
watch the gross thing away, please, Gale.
I mean, I can do a gust of wind which would temporarily probably evacuate most of the gas, but if it's bubbling up from underneath it, it's still gonna build up again.
I was thinking about the decanter, actually.
Yeah, but water is not gonna displace gas.
It's gonna
Yes.
do.
Is it a dead end?
No, I don't think so. Plus, the water is flowing, right?
Water
Jim?
is still flowing toward.
Sorry.
You are walking upriver. Yes.
Yeah, but like the gas could like it. I'm not sure. Like I can't see beyond the corner yet, and it's.
Yeah,
could be
me
that-
neither. So
Okay.
If there's if there's a wall behind it, then a gust of wind's not going to.
yeah, I'm gonna just come up
Oh, no.
and have a look at it. Oh, I'm going to step closer. There's actually stairs leading up and or down. I don't know. That's
These would be
Yeah.
stepping upwards.
up. Yeah.
These are going
Okay.
up. Yeah.
Otherwise, they would be full of water as well. So probably towards the other tomb that we found.
Yes. We have no mask yet.
I should think about a spell that can give you like well, I have water breathing. If you guys wait for 10 minutes for I can cast that if you want, but I think if you want to go underwater.
Well,
No, but I mean, a gust of wind should be able to dispel the gas for a moment that we can cross.
A very good idea.
All right.
But do we want to go? Like, I mean, I guess technically, like, I mean, we can see it because of the map, but technically, we don't really know which room we're going to end up in. But we know we're close to the room because
No.
we just
I mean, we
we
just
just
crossed
crossed the
Great.
grate. So
Yeah,
So yeah, it's not difficult to.
to guess.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
I'm not one of those GMs that will have you yourselves draw the map out of memory.
No.
So one of you is basically drawing the map or keeping the map in
Yeah.
their heads while you're exploring this. So
I love it memory.
Also,
It's not a feature that comes with the race.
it used to.
Yeah. Okay.
okay.
Do we?
So I'm gonna cast a gust of wind
Okay.
just to avoid the flammable gas. I don't think it's poisoned per se, but just so that we can have a straight.
No, this sounds sort of feels like, and you can feel it as you push the gas forward as you step
Yeah.
in, and you can actually feel under your feet. You can kind of see where the bubbles sort of maybe the ground is a bit more porous there, and sort of gas is coming up from underneath. You're not exactly sure if when from, but there is that acrid odor coming from below. Yeah, sure. I mean, yeah, it's enough, and it's a cantrip, I think.
No.
No,
Gust
okay.
of Wind is a second level spell. I mean,
Okay.
if there was anyone in front of me, they would have to do a dexterity strength saving throw
Yeah, no.
to stay up.
Considering, yeah, that you are giving, you realize that this accumulation of gas is what makes it dangerous. As you flow it away, you're separating. Your any flame would probably flame up a bit hotter, a bit more bright, but there's no longer the chance of explosion that was previously. So yeah. And as it's sort of the bubbles are not big bubbles, but it's just enough to you can see the pockets of gas sort of coming up. But it's going to take some time before it accumulates enough to be dangerous again.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna cross up until the stairs, go on the other side of the stairs to let the others pass.
Yeah, I'm
Because
gonna go in front and look for traps again.
So can you make me a perception check?
Perception. So that's a 30.
Well, if you were looking for if you were looking for traps, yeah.
Yes.
So no, nothing. So by the way, at the top of the stairs, you do notice as you go through, you do notice that there's a door. It is clearly you can see it clearly from this end. Let's put it that way. I'm not gonna have you sort of so there we go. Should you wish, you can just sort of, it's easy enough to sort of to open up to see the mechanism there. You're not exactly sure if on the other side you would have noticed it. But Sorsha, below you, to the south, you do notice that there's something sort of hanging about just above the water.
Yeah, I see a corner of it.
Yeah.
Maybe another stair or something. So
and you can hear the sound of falling water.
okay. I'll try to be stealthy and take a look.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so another chest.
Right. So I'll give you the example as you move in. I'll give you what it says. So water pours from cracks and seams in the rough walls of the cavern, whose floor is a muddy pool that flushes out into the tunnel that you've just explored. Just above the pool's surface, there is a large treasure chest dangling from rusty chains embedded into the ceiling. Now, the chest itself, compared to the other one that you had seen previously, this one is big. It's about 6 feet long, so about 2 meters long, and 3 foot wide, 3 foot high. And it
Well, it's
is
a
suspended
bigger
1
mimic.
foot. Yeah, and it is suspended 1 foot above the surface. The pool is about 5 foot deep.
Okay.
Okay. I'll use my eyes on it to.
Ice.
Yes, it is actually enchanted. There is there is magic that is on the chest. Evocation magic, to be precise.
Evocation. Right. So possibly aggressive. Okay. So I'll relate to the others. Please be careful. There's a big chest with potentially offensive spell. Potentially.
Vroon motions for Heinrich to go in front. Always keep the Heinrich between two tanky people.
Absolutely.
You have a small hither of a memory, a dream or not coming to his mind, and clenches his fist. Sure, I'll stay between you guys.
And as I come closer, I'll check for traps in the room first.
Okay.
This way is. You tell me if I must make a roll or not.
No, I'll tell you. As you look through, there's nothing that seemed to indicate traps or within the room itself. The only thing of interest maybe would be, as I said, these cracks in the wall that trickle down water. But it's enough so that you get the... well, there's quite a bit of water coming in, let's put it that way. But it's coming through cracks, so it's not a full waterfall. And this chest.
Okay, then can I examine the chest?
Sure.
Please?
As you look for it, so like as I mentioned, it's a chest of fairly large proportions, and it does have a keyhole at its center. The keyhole is very much the same cackling demon skull that you've seen on several areas of this dungeon.
All right. Okay, another puzzle. It's safe, you can... Well, maybe not to the touching, but it's safe, you can come.
Well...
I mean, if we encounter many more waterfalls, Gale is gonna end up having a shower in this dungeon.
Well, we'll probably encounter a waterfall at some point at the lower level underneath the big pit that we just saw.
Yes.
That could be indeed a possibility.
I mean, who knows? You might be able to skip the full dungeon just by going down the waterfall.
Where's the fun in that?
Exactly. Maybe we can like skip 1 or 2 levels.
Yeah, and if we...
And also falling damage, you know.
Featherfall.
And
Yep, that's what Featherfall is for.
It's the whole thing is a puzzle. If we miss some pieces and we arrive at the end, we risk to be fucked anyway.
yeah,
So
we just found a skull key. Who knows how many of those we need?
exactly. So Heinrich, maybe you wanna examine it before I try to maybe.
What kind? I'll ask the question otherwise. What kind of magic did you saw on it?
Evocation.
Evocation. Evocation. I am going to go full nerd on it. That means, like launching evocation is like ball, dancing light, burn hand. So
It's majorly damage. Spells.
That's what that's why I
Melee
say
damage
potentially something brutal, offensive.
Yeah, it's very
And it
offensive. It keeps saying dirty jokes.
I think the smartest thing would be is just to. We already know which school it is. I think honestly we would just. I should just knock it open and just use Mage Hand. That would be my choice personally, because
And-
if
Yeah, give it a 10-foot area opening.
because
maybe
with all
20.
due respect, how good are you guys with these tools? And I'm asking this as Heinrich to everyone. How good are you guys?
I'm pretty good.
It's what?
Just so you know, technically, Mass Healing Word is Evocation. All of the healing spells are Evocation.
Yeah.
Just saying.
I am not one of the clots. I am thinking like fireballs
all
around.
right.
Voila. So for me, it's damage spells.
I
It
mean,
would be
If
Go on,
you
go on.
want to do it, let's get back. If you don't mind. Like, if
Yeah.
it's an automatic fireball or something, let's make some room. Don't you think?
that's why I pulled back already.
Okay.
So for me, what would be logical, and now I'm going full detective, wizard detective on it,
Okay.
is step 1, unleash knock on it. Step 2,
Okay.
we have I have a nugget who can watch in it. We have Laryl who can watch in it, because we can even use Laryl to watch in it.
Where's
I have
Laryl?
to re-invoke Leroy. So basically I can clap and clap again and it's here.
Yeah,
But,
Laryl's been on its own now for over an hour. You have no
Yeah.
idea, because they were on the other side of that mouth when it closed.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna call him back if you need him.
That's so funny. They're all like, "Oh, this is nice. This is cool. Okay."
Yeah, he probably did noticing.
Appears again with a mirage in his mouth. Like, whoa, 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 whoa.
You know.
I was imagining the monsters of the dungeon, adopting Laryl.
Don't you fuck with my Leroy.
I mean, he's one of them, technically.
Yeah, and basically that's how I got him. I stole him. So.
I know.
But now he's my pet and my enchanted pet, so it's more difficult to steal him from me.
Now you're a warlock and you can take the chain back to the chain.
Yeah.
So-
Technically, it would be another pet again, no?
It's fine, familiar.
I would say normally by the normal, if we were to use Find Familiar normally, you would not have access to a gazer.
Mm-hmm.
The normal without, it's because you adopted him in a sense that he is now your he's linked to your Find Familiar spell.
Yeah.
But normally you would not have access to. If you decided to go with Pact of the Chain, and you would get other forms than just. So for now, you only have basic animals and Laryl. If you did went Pact of the Chain, you would have the Imp, Pseudo Dragon, and Quasit in addition to Laryl, in addition to the. So you
Okay.
get more.
Different
basically.
shapes of the same thing.
Yeah.
You would have multiple creatures to adopt at
Yeah.
the same time.
No,
Skins.
you would have.
Skins.
You would only have one familiar. But,
Yeah, but
he
you
would
have
be able to
multiple
take
forms.
other shapes.
You have multiple forms, and that's actually cool to have multiple forms. So it's like
Sure.
it's like a changeling familiar. Huh.
Yeah, it costs 10 gold each time that you want to change its shape. So
We don't
unless you
care
take
about
unless you take a shapeshifter.
So I'm just gonna propose the plan because I'm wizard time. So evocation magic. So best thing to do. What the idea was step 1, knock. Step 2, Laryl through the eyes of Sorsha checks what's inside of the chest. Step 3, we have 2 mage hands that can remove interesting objects from the chest itself.
Go for it.
All right.
Well,
I will stand back.
We'll also stand back.
Yeah,
So-
I'm standing back already.
I will say, as you cast knock, there is an echoing boom as the spell activates. You see the hood, the lid of this coffin-sized chest sort of pop open. The rattling of the chains as it moves about, but it's there. It's open.
The entire floor has been notified.
Yeah, it can
Yeah.
be heard within
I
300
already
feet.
know that we literally have a dwarf who was white dwarf thing. He was looking like, huh? Okay.
No, I was,
Well, never mind.
I was just drawing out like a line, and then it's like, oh yeah, no, that's
Yeah,
definitely
300 feet is
is
wide.
the entire.
Yeah,
That's
but
why.
echoes I mean, anybody near the grate would hear it, for example.
Yeah.
But that's the only source of noise. Well, maybe the other people around. If there are people on the other side of that secret door, those would have maybe heard it as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Sorsha, now it's your time to shine with Laryl and see what's inside of the chest.
So inside of the chest, as your senses move into Laryl's multiple eyes, and you can't stay there very long without it sort of giving you a headache because there was so much to see in a sense. You can see that the chest interior is lined with lead and contains a bit of gold, a gold tankard. Currently, you can see it has sort of a frowning dwarf's face on it, and there is a bone tube with a stopper on the end.
Ooh, ooh.
So
Careful for any
Currently-
kind of poison that could be in there.
So I'll relate the information and mention especially the lead coverage of it. So something's really precious inside.
Well-
I'm not gonna say this is true.
Well, again,
We don't hear you.
No, it just
so to be sure.
No, that's too much. Don't, please.
Sorry, just for teasing.
Yeah,
Um,
no,
Yeah,
teasing is
no,
annoying.
but yeah.
Okay, so to
Teasing
repeat.
hurts my ears, so no.
So to repeat, gold, tankard with a dwarven face on it, and a tube with skeleton-ish things on it. Let's see what we already can take.
no. So it's a bone tube, as in it's sort of a femur that's been maybe hollowed out. You see, so it's a bone basically, and then or ivory or stuff like that, sort of bone tube, and it has a stopper into it.
It could be a spell scroll. It could be a poison gas.
Yeah.
Could be a lot of things.
How long is the anti-poison on me for the moment?
It depends on
It
how
lasts.
many.
It lasts.
time,
It lasts an hour, I believe, so it's gone.
Yeah.
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 Let's go.
Well, let's take Mage Hand and be very careful with the femur and open it maybe at a distance if gases would be released or not.
I'll just look at them to see if everything is magical or not.
Okay. So as you pull out the different sort of, so you find 300 gold pieces.
The detect magic, I hope, after the items are removed.
Well, I mean, she's got detect magic
At
free
will,
at
so-
will. So.
Yes, but the chest is lead lined.
Um,
That's why I was like, I'm not gonna.
There is a sort of minor enchantment on the tankard, and there is an aura of evocation magic coming from inside the tube.
Okay, so that's evocation again.
Abjuration. Sorry.
Sorry?
Abjuration.
Abjuration, sorry.
Those are more protection.
Yeah.
Abjuration is more protection spells. So that's actually the isn't Shield of Fate Abjuration? Yeah, never mind. I'm just rambling a bit.
I don't know.
Well, it's abjuration magic, so it's actually good. It can actually be something that can help us protect ourselves.
Or it's protecting what's inside.
Yes, it's containing something, maybe. Don't know. Options.
Just let's pocket it, guys, and continue. I would propose. I can identify it afterwards if we have a resting moment.
Yes.
Good.
So we'll pocket everything and
See you later.
and see it later with a safe distance experiment and everything.
So, if you wish to experiment a little bit, I will tell you that the tankard is a gold tankard embossed with a sad face of a dwarf that smiles when the tankard is filled.
It's cute.
It's adorable.
Oh, and the bone tube contains a spell scroll of Remove Curse.
Always useful.
Yeah.
I can see if I can write that in the spell book actually.
We'll need that.
I do not believe. Let me have a look, but I do not believe that Remove Curse.
It's on the wizard spell list.
Cleric, Paladin, Warlock, and Wizard. So you might actually,
Okay.
you would be able to write it in your book. Yes.
I am. The next time we're gonna sleep, I think I'm not gonna sleep a lot because that's something that I really want to put in the spell book.
I mean,
At some point, you're gonna have to sleep, Heinrich.
oh yeah.
No,
and
sleep.
don't
No.
forget, like Vroon has Remove Curse. Like,
Yeah.
he has it memorized at the moment. I mean, I don't have any spell slots to cast it at the moment, but I do have it.
We
I
have
think-
one- Sorry. Go on.
Go on.
I was just saying we just have one small problem right now. I can check for hidden passageway, but if I don't find any, we have to go back.
Well, we found one.
Do
And
we really want to go in there without a mask, without even checking, what was in the mouth of the mask in the corridor?
Mhm. Well, in that case, we'd have to go back past the skull.
Technically, Vroon, and you would have maybe seen this if you had looked at it, but the grate is sort of an iron circle. With a bit of force, you might be able to sort of pull it
Okay.
downwards.
Good.
Okay, then we can try that, yeah.
That's a good news.
Like, jump up and just...
Not even jump up, considering your height. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I'm not sure how the ceiling is. So.
Oh, and you can pass us up, like.
Rune, uppies, Rune, uppies.
Exactly.
See,
I
and
think we
that's
want to do that.
Yeah. And that's why Vroon is the dad of this group. I get it now.
Boop, 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 boop,
It's
boop,
young.
boop.
Come on.
Oh, yeah. And then, yeah, I'll stop there because otherwise I walk into the weird area where it bridges.
Oh, weird. If I put myself in the middle of the gas things, I don't have any vision.
That is because you do not have a light source following you.
All right.
Follow the light source, follow the light source.
Actually, you know what, Heinrich? I'm
Yes.
going to, if you're going to be using Nugget, I'm just going to put the light on you, and that way.
Like I said, he will be on my shoulder, and
Yeah, so there you go. So we can remove Nugget from the equation here from the... Where'd he go? Where did Nugget go? Somebody's stepping on Nugget.
No, there
There
he
it
is.
is. Okay, perfect. I will move him to... well, I'll keep... Oh. Boop. There we go.
Yeah.
Then Vroon will indeed push and pull a bit on the grate and just go.
So technically what it says in the book is that a collective strength of 24 is necessary to pull, so to lift the grate.
I can help you. I can help him if needed.
I think that considering, I'll just say that yes, you are able to sort of lift it, to push it open. It takes maybe a bit of work, either with magical or with magical means, to undo the rust that is sort of seeping there and that keeps it done. But you pop it open with more than enough, and you find yourselves therefore.
I mean, I've got a mending spell, so.
Mending would not be very helpful in this case. This would be
Prestidigitation?
Yeah, to remove the rust. Yeah, that'll remove rust. Mending is actually going to fuse the whole thing again. But yes, you find yourselves in the original corridor.
Alright. Let's move back to here. And then
I am
we're
still
in the corridor where we were before. Like I don't think we need to do I'm just moving to the area where we need to make a decision of where we're going.
So you don't want to check that?
I don't trust that.
We've passed it already. If we wanted to check it before, then if we want to check it now, then go for it. We didn't before, so I'm like, okay.
Heinrich?
Just that I'll propose again what I proposed last time, because I'm checking the notes non-stop, and it says don the mask or be seen, and if I recall our storyteller of doom, these things here were eyes, if I remember well.
So yes, there is a. You mean inside the room to your
left? There was like a thing with eyes. Something.
So in between two statues, you have a bronze disc, and the bronze disc seems to be. At first, you thought it was sort of etching or hammered indents into the bronze, and then you start realizing that these bronze, in the light that you were shining inside. It had sort of reflection of eyes, as sort of looking in different directions, constantly.
Looking through the glass at the sarcophagus.
Yep.
Can I identify what kind of representation there is on?
Let me give you a second. Give me a second. And I'll
very, very good question. Because if it's a god of ultimate betrayal, we're gonna be like, yeah, no.
I mean, it's probably gonna be one of the 9.
9, yeah.
Yeah.
The question is which one.
Let's see.
So we had more on the other side.
There is no specific. No, there is no specific thing adorning it, or it is just a simple a stone sarcophagus on a stepped dais in the middle of the floor. There is no. On the wall behind the sarcophagus, 2 large statues of bears grip a 5-foot diameter bronze disc embossed with a dozen glaring eyes. So there are 2 bears holding the disc.
Not Sorbo.
They are stylized, but you would think Zorbos, yeah.
Okay. So,
What did
likely
Zorbo represent?
Obolaka.
So Zorbos are about the size of a big koala. These 2 are more sort of adult panda bears, if you know, sort of in size. So these are stylized Zorbo, so adult Zorbos. Zorbos.
Yeah.
So we can either explore more that floor. We have 2 areas to explore.
Mm-hmm.
Or we can try the mask.
It's very likely. What mask? Oh, the mask on the wall here.
Yes. There is something with it. Could be a trap. But there is something. But there is something.
Everything is trapped, yeah.
The proposition that I have is, if we do this zone, as I repeated a little while ago, is we open the points to the mirror or grating that we're standing in front of, and we actually use Sorsha and we use a mage hand and try, I repeat, try, because from a distance ripping a mask off from those things is gonna be a bit difficult. That's what was said the last time, that there were some bodies.
Yeah, but we're talking about too many different masks. I think Sorsha is referring to this mask statue, like on the wall.
Yeah.
You're talking about the masks of the things inside.
Yeah, these things.
We're getting masks mixed up, and it's like.
Okay, well,
let's make sure we're talking about the same masks.
Okay, I just put my proposition on the table. I follow the majority of what the group decides.
I could do this in case, but I can just make it quick. I'm not a huge fan of removing a mask from the things inside. Because then we can't, we need to get it through the glass. I'm not sure how we could do that. I think it's better to just first explore a bit more still.
I have a question. Do any of the skeletons inside look like the skeleton we met, like with a huge triangular pointed thing on the head?
No. Though it's difficult to see the back of their heads. But just for the fact that they are wearing robes, rather than let me just so they're wearing sort of robes. They're dressed, first of all, sort of slumped in, and they don't seem to be skeletons. They seem to be sort of desiccated, sort of dried up corpses. Not mummies. They're not wrapped in anything like that. Just sort of a corpse let
zombie-like. Zombie-like.
Dry zombie. You know what I mean? If you've seen Aztec mummies, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So they're dried corpses, desiccated corpses. The masks come down for the most over their faces, but you can still see the gray skin around their hands. But they don't seem they don't seem to look anything like the skeleton that you whose head you stole.
Okay, so I would say the tombs are a pretty distraction and something that is gonna cost us a lot of fire, will, and life power
Yeah.
for not something that's not necessary in our quest.
Okay.
So I would say for now, until we have the proof that we need something in there, we just ignore them.
Good point.
I'm not quite in agreement.
Okay? Yeah, if you have an counter argument, please tell it.
This is the Temple of the Nine Gods.
Tomb of the Nine Gods.
Tomb of the Nine Gods. They're not a distraction, they are the main feature.
Yeah, however, if a lich used this to hide some of their stuff.
I think we should. If I agree that we need to explore, and it is not a distraction, but we need to get. It is a puzzle, so we need to get as much clue as we can before trying something. And if we get none, we can always try something more brutal. But maybe let's look around and see before what our options are.
For all we know, the items that are tied to these gods will open the door further along. There might be keys again. There's many keys.
Oh, I can picture the pride of a lich using gods as keys. Like.
Yeah. He already did that though.
Yeah, but not literal gods.
Keep in mind that if we have the objects and you would like to get in contact with the objects, because that's what happened with the staff of Moa, there is something that's gonna try. How can I explain that? Gonna try to go into you.
Take
so that
over
means
control.
I don't think it's control. It's more like, hey, open the door so I can communicate with you. Because what was it? The thing that talked with me said, like, with a lot of S's, like, hey, trust me.
However, on a different subject, in darkness it hides is one of the clues that we were given at the entrance.
True that, actually. Good point.
It might be interesting to still explore what's inside the darkness of the
mouth,
the face, yeah, and the mouth. Sorry, I just reread the. I think those lines are not per se linked to each other. Like, speak no truth to the doomed child. We have that one. We can cross it out as.
Yeah, true.
We've seen the doomed child. The keys turn on the inside only is linked to something else. So in darkness it hides. What's it? But the darkness it hides in might actually be that mouth.
True that, actually.
Yeah, so I'm going to give you this. And I will make sure of that. Remind me if ever it's as far as I understand, a Sararak's warning. Yes, one line is they're each one thing and one use. Mm-hmm. So there is no other cursed child.
Yeah.
Once you found the key, once you found the sentence to, it's like a key to a puzzle in a sense. It's a clue to a puzzle. Once you found the key to the puzzle, it is not a key to anything else.
Mm-hmm.
There is
Looks-
no saying what it is, so but we must
In
go
darkness,
for it.
yeah. Or at least dispel the darkness and see what's inside.
Well, I can do that if you guys want.
Yeah, dispel magic. I think you've got it, and I've got it as well. So.
I got it too.
Everybody can
Wait.
dispel
No,
magic.
no, I don't have dispel magic. I have counterspell, I guess.
Yeah.
It's also very good to have.
You know what also works?
Yeah.
A daylight spell. I can just send my little orb of or my orb of light in and just go daylight.
Okay.
Because that
I
also
mean-
dispels darkness.
Are you ready to lose your drift globe over that?
Oh.
If the reaction is
so-
aggressive and cracks and open and explodes your drift globe?
I'm just saying there's many ways.
Yeah.
Go ahead and dispel if you would like to.
I would like for no one to stand in front of the mouth when we dispel it, though.
Right.
Clear the area, please.
Would you like to do it, or do you want me to do it?
How are you on spell use?
Oh, level 3. I'm good. Plus, you used you used higher level to protect me from that. So let me help you at least with these things.
Okay, I'm not gonna complain. I just want to make sure that you still have some offensive power in case it's needed.
But don't worry. I'll look at it and I'll cast the dispel magic on it.
Heinrich, do you mind if we switch places before you do that?
Fine.
Thank you. I like my wizard covered.
Now you're standing on top of each other.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll
Also,
Yes.
technically, you're standing over a hole because the grate's not there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Up.
On the
I'll
rail.
Yeah.
I'll be next to Vroon. Okay, so bippity boppity poo. This magic is gonna be gone too. Snap fingers and I'll do dispel magic.
Okay.
Ooh.
Right. Could you please so roll me a d20 and add your modifier, your spellcasting modifier.
Oh, yeah,
You can
because
just
it's a...
costs. Oh, can you not just click modifier then? No. Okay.
Oh, you can actually just click your spell attack basically.
Yeah.
My spell attack.
Wait. Ability
It's a higher
check.
spell than level
Ability
3.
check using your spell casting ability. So it's I don't think you're proficient with. Actually.
You're proficient in spellcasting.
I mean, okay. Well, anyways, what did you? Well, it says make an ability check using your spell casting ability. So it's ability, not the. You wouldn't have.
So what should I use then?
I mean, you rolled. So you rolled a 15. What's your intelligence?
+5.
+5. So that's a 20.
Okay.
So yes, you. And it's. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect. So yeah, you're targeting the darkness.
Yeah.
Attacking the darkness.
Oh my god. Oh, nostalgia.
Come on.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I'm trying to move you. Come on.
Move.
Oh, okay. It's the whole thing. Okay. There we go.
Ooh.
Ooh.
There's a creature inside.
Yes, there is. So I'm still going to sort of. Now you can see the full inside. I'll move this later.
Yeah.
I just this is dumb for them. They should have just put the front, remove it instead of the whole thing. But anyways, yes, actually, as Vroon, as you peer inside, the darkness is dispelled, but there is sort of a pool of dark sort of shadow moving about like heavy fog or heavy black smoke at the bottom. That seems to retract from the light that you are shining inside, trying to hide and pull itself into a corner away from the light.
Do you want a mage hand?
I do not. There's a creature inside.
Well, you see a pool of shadow. You don't necessarily see if it's a creature.
It's
Do I
the
see
darkness. There's other darkness, and it's moving.
Can I see through it with my dark vision or not?
Well, I'm going to say, as you sort of peer inside, I'm going to have you roll for initiative as the pool, as you sort of step in front, not in front of the light, but as you sort of peer inside, this pool of shadow takes, in a sense, takes shape into sort of a humanoid with a very sort of large wings at the back, horned, and sort of rushes towards you, as it's going to run. As this shadow,
what are you doing there?
This shadow demon is going to attack. But yeah, well, clearly all of you were prepared for it.
So, up.
And him not.
Can I have my critical?
No. Why? Why would you need a critical?
You can spend your
I've
inspiration
already
for
used
it.
it.
Yeah.
I've already used my
in
inspiration.
that case, you can't have your critical.
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, by the way, I should get a critical because I rolled a natural 1, right? Right?
Well, technically, we're playing both those rules, so it would also be.
Yeah. Oops.
That's me. That's just a fellow DM that would be like,
Yeah. So, right. I'm going to actually move it out. It's going to move out this way. I'll give you so that you can so you may attack it. But Sorsha, you are the first to act.
Okay, so it's shadows, right? So and since it's close combat, I have a radiant rapier. I will stuck the pointy end at him, like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stick the pointy end. Yeah,
Yeah.
stick him with the pointy end.
There we go. That's what it looks like.
oh,
Ooh.
That's the most appealing.
that's a pretty boy.
Okay, so yes, let's get into your shenanigans with your crystal rapier. So yes, the crystal rapier hits with a 25, definitely.
So that's 10 piercing, and I think I can add.
And normally you can add.
My green flame blade.
But yeah, but that's kind of what you need to tell me that beforehand. But
you need to cast it.
because it's a casting spell, basically.
Oh,
That happens
okay.
with an attack. No
It's
worries.
in the same page of my rapier, so
Yeah. Okay.
that's why. But I can use one of my charges of the crystal rapier to do more damages. Yeah.
So right now it takes. Now here's the thing. Okay, so right. Okay, so it's going to take already. So it's going to be 10 from the magical rapier that you have. As you slash, you can already see the light bringing off of it is sort of itself sort of burns it up, so you can understand that it is most likely vulnerable to radiant damage.
How is it now?
So that is -10. Do you want to spend a charge from your rapier to do additional damage?
1d8 more radiant
Okay,
damage.
so that's -12.
And I could also add my warlock thing, which adds cold damage. I don't. It's an. I don't remember what it was.
It's
but I
immune to
remember,
cold. So the cold
yes,
will do
I
no
think
damage
it's
to it.
1d4 damage or something like that.
No. It's a fixed. I think it's the your amount of. It's when it's your Wrath of the Djinn, and I believe that's your proficiency bonus. I think, or your level divided. I don't not exactly sure. I'll check it during the break. But in this case, it doesn't matter because it is immune to cold.
Okay, so let's not.
Oh.
But
I mean, you wouldn't know that until you've done it.
Yeah.
true.
Do you want to? Do we add in that fire damage? Do you want to do?
I don't have fire damage.
Well, with a flaming blade, you do.
Yeah, but
With a green flame blade.
do you allow me?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay, so yes.
This time, not
Yeah.
in the future.
Like,
Like,
For once, I'm-
this is the warning. Like, you should be saying that you're casting that. You didn't now. This is the first time that you're trying to use it. We'll allow it.
Sorsha, what I'll do is I'll set up on your character sheet. I'll set up an attack that has everything, so that way you know what it does.
thank you. Because
And so a
it's a lot
D8.
right now.
So okay, so you do 5 damage and 7 damage to an adjacent target. So that means the only person adjacent is you. So you take 7. No, I'm kidding. However, while the light of the light from the rapier, the glowing from the crystal rapier, it seems to damage it. The flame seems to be sort of sucked into the darkness. There is a little bit of damage, but not much.
Rule of thumb, if it's a demon or a devil, it's most probably immune to flame.
Yeah, but for all you know, you've never seen these kind of thing. For all you know, it might be a specter of some sort.
Just
Yeah.
because we saw the text underneath the
No,
portrait
I
doesn't
know,
mean that we
but-
know it's a demon.
Yeah.
If the Avernus campaign teach me anything, it's rule of thumb.
Oh yes, but like that's not it's not helpful. To
Yeah,
us
but
right
technically,
now.
this is not a demon. This is a demon of the Shadowfell, I believe, more than anything from Avernus.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know what the bio is. Oh no, these are demons, so these are abyss. Not a. Okay, yeah. Okay, it's Shadow Demon. Oh, this is interesting. Okay, I will not tell you because
No, thank you.
unless you have an Arcana check.
We have a pointy check. And
Actually- Yeah, well, we'll deal with that later. Right. So that is your action.
yes. I'll make Lero also do something.
Okay.
And Lero, attack! So let's roll for the 2D. Because he's a random boy.
So that's 3 and 3. So 2 frost rays. Fear ray and a frost ray. Yeah, I'm not going to mention that this has absolutely no effect.
Yeah. Yeah, but now we know.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, we can't see technically which rays are shooting, right? I think.
Oh, actually, interesting.
Not sure if there's a
eye,
like, visible.
Well,
Yes,
the-
it's one spell per eye, so we can know because of that.
kind of
It's
difficult
it's
to.
it's randomized.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not sure if there's a visible effect like that you can see. Like this eye is shooting
So
It's
frost,
my
or
pet.
you
I know
see,
him. It's my baby.
you see that at least for the frost ray, it has absolutely no effect, even if it hits it dead in the center. And the fear ray. Okay. Okay. Now apparently, huh. Well, kind of difficult to read an expression on a demon's face, but okay. Let's see. Heinrich, you're up.
Little step. I'm going to shoot with a good old ray of frost.
Okay.
Oop.
Yep,
Frost
you hit.
15. Let's see.
Okay.
that's not.
And I'll hide back with Vroon.
You
An
were not paying
Arcana.
attention, were you?
Can you repeat again?
I said
Sorry.
you were not paying attention.
Yes, for the Arcana check, but that's what I wanted to ask.
No, no.
Ray of
about the
frost.
frost.
Yeah, it's
There's been two occasions already where it's like, no, it's immune to the cold.
But minus 10 feet? Doesn't that work either?
Oh, you were going for the.
That was what I going for because it hits.
Okay. Yeah.
It's minus 10 feet, so it's less feet movement.
Granted. Okay.
If it's immune, I understand that the 10 feet doesn't work, but that was actually the idea that I had was on, okay, it's immune, but the still gonna reduce its movement in the end.
Yeah, the thing is, so I will. Okay, so this is so it's interesting that you said that. Indeed, potentially, even if it's immune to the damage, it should take the movement reduction, right? Now, what it's also, and this I'm telling you sort of out of game, as it is, if rules as written, it would take 10 feet less. However, rule as intended, it is also immune to grappled, it's immune to paralyze, it's immune to restrained. So I'm pretty sure that it is not going to be affected by this, if it survives to its turn.
I like the end of that sentence.
Me too.
By the way, I forgot to put it in. Yeah, Sorsha, you did enough damage to it to basically.
But yeah, that was the idea of cutting the ways of escape so that my more proficient teammates could smack it down.
Speaking of the more proficient teammate, Vroon.
Vroon, it's your turn.
Hi. I would like to move up next to Sorsha,
Yeah.
and I would like to take a swing with
Okay.
my flame tongue longsword. But first, a bonus action to activate the flames. But oh wow, it does everything at once. At 23.
Yeah, that's a hit.
So that's 7 slashing damage, and stop messaging me. It's going over my things. So wait.
So that's 7 slashing. So it would take the 7.
11 fire damage, but it's probably halved.
Yeah, minus 5.
And then smite.
Okay.
For another
So
7.
technically, it's a demon, so you roll an extra d8.
Oh,
It's
nice.
a fiend.
Awesome. Then, come on. Oh wow. Well, I mean, so that's 8 radiant damage. So
Yeah,
I guess
so
that's
minus
doubled
16,
to
yeah.
16.
It is. There are wisps of it left.
And then I have a second attack.
Let's go.
21's a hit.
So that's
Yes,
9
it's-
slashing.
Yeah, it's enough.
Plus 3 fire.
the thing sort of dissipates immediately. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dynamic lighting, and I am going to draw a little bit.
Jesus.
I mean, you had fun, guys?
That went well.
Okay, so now you can see the back of it. Okay. Without seeing the full structure inside.
Yeah.
By the way, on that note, we've been going on about for almost 2 hours now. Let's take a little break here. It'll allow me to fix a couple of things on my end, and maybe do that custom attack for Sorsha. When, oh, and I need to. What did I need to do for you, Yannick?
Dancing lights.
Dancing light
light,
token.
right. So I will handle that while we take a little break. Thank you, guests, for watching. We will see you in part 2 of today's episode.
Hey.
Bye bye.